I'm Russ Anber. I've been coaching boxing since 1979 at both the amateur and professional level. During that time, I've had the opportunity to work with some great fighters. I've produced 4 Olympians, 1 world champion, countless national champions, and medalists from international competitions all over the world. This is going to be our second segment at Boxing Basics. We hope you enjoyed the first one of how to stand, positioning, how to stand in basic boxing punches. In this second edition of our video DVD series, we're bringing to you defense and counter punching. And the guy I'd like to join you with this is a 2-time national champion, and the guy who always helps us out on these DVDs and videos is David Lemieux. David, come on in here. David helped us out in our first segment. He's got a great technique, he's got good speed, and he's got good power, and he's worked hard at what he does. And right now, what we want to do is take a look back, and if you remember from the first showing, what we showed you in how to stand in the boxing basics, we looked at the jab, the straight right hand, the hook, the uppercut. What we want to do now is take a look at those punches in both their defensive form and the counter punches to those punches as well. That's why I've got the mitts on, David's got the gloves on, and we're going to go over each one individually. The first one we're going to start with is the jab. And the first thing I want to work on is the defense against the jab. There are 2 types of defense against the jab. There's the block and there's the slip. Those are the 2 things we'll work on right now. From there, we'll go to the counter punching with that. So, if we get David into his stance, and if you remember from the previous DVD, foot in front, back heel up, body's leaning forward, hands are high. From there, David will just block the jab that I will throw at him. In order to block it, he'll use his right hand, he'll use the palm of his right hand, and he'll just catch the shot. Again, he'll just catch the shot. Again, catch the shot. There it is, just catch the shot. There it is, right there, boom. Just move it, bang, move it, bang. Perfect. Right there. Now, the other method of doing it is called a parry. A parry is a shot, and that's an old punch, an old move that old-time fighters used to use, and sometimes you still see some veterans doing it in boxing today. It's where you kind of grab the guy's hand and turn it around. If I have David throw the jab at me, that's what a parry is. You just grab it and turn his hand to the outside. And if I do it to David, he does the same to me. He takes it and turns it away to the outside. That's another way of defending against the jab. There's also the jab to the body. What do you do with the jab to the body? Use a little elbow shot to block that. If I get down and throw a jab at David, he just blocks it with the elbow. Blocks it with the elbow. Blocks it with the elbow. Right there. Blocks it with the elbow. And sometimes if you catch the guy good, you can get the guy to hurt his hand because you blocked it with your elbow. So that's a good shot to throw. You just turn your body, protect the solar plexus, and get that blocking of the jab going on. Now, there's also the slip. The slip is a good shot, but that's a little more advanced, so you got to be very careful of that, because the hands do come down a little bit, and you got to slip. And this is going to be primarily a slip to the outside, boom, where David goes right there, bang. I throw the jab at him, bang, he goes right there. Throw the jab, he goes right there. There it is again. Boom. And that's the slips to the outside. Let's take a look at that again. Here's the block. Here's the parry. No parry. Here's the body block. Boom. And here's the slip. Here's the slip. Boom. And here's the slip. Those are the shots. Now, what do you do off of those shots? What's the counter punch against the jab? The counter punch against the jab is probably either the jab, the hook, or the right hand. So let's take a look first of all at the jab. On a block, David will block the jab and throw a jab down. Very basic. When I get the kids coming in, that's the first thing they'll do when they begin their sparring, and we do a technical sparring, is block and jab. And that's exactly what it is. Block, jab. Block, jab. Block, jab. And now we do it a little quicker. David will almost do it instantaneously. And again. And again. And again. That's the block jab. Now, what if it was off, if the counter punch is on the right hand? Again, using the block as the defense, we'll do the counter punch with the right hand. So David blocks and throws the right hand over the top. And again. And again. It is almost, and if you slow your machine down, you can almost see it being one motion. I'll ask David to do a little bit quicker now, where basically he just deflects the shot and comes right over with the right hand. Right there. And again. Bring it back now. And again. And again. And again. Oh, that's the way you throw it with the right hand over the jab. That's a perfect shot. Now, if it was the body jab, again, you would probably go back with either a jab or a right hand. So he blocks here and pops. Here, pops. Here, pops. Here, pops. Here, pops. Here, pops. That's it. Go back to here. Here, pops. Here, pops. That's how you block that. Now, on the slip is a good shot to throw with the right hand. That's pretty much a hard shot where you're looking to hurt the guy with a real good shot right away. So basically what you do is you slip, bang, bring that hand right over. Hip, bang, hip, bang, hip, bang, hip, bang, hip, bang, hip, bang. And that's the defense and the counterpunch for the left jab.